Welcome to Cosplayland. I am Alice and today I'm going to show you how I made this hairstyle for my Nezuko cosplay. I based it on a traditional Japanese updo, but I slightly modified it to fit my purposes and most importantly to fit my wig. As you know, wigs behave differently than human hair and they are often more difficult to style, so I hope this tutorial helps if you are trying to do something similar. For this project, I will be using a lace front wig that I bought quite cheap on AliExpress. However, I don't want the hairstyle to be permanent, so I will try to keep the process as simple and light-handed as possible. As usual, I started by detangling the wig and parting it in sections that I can handle more easily. The first section I need is at the top. This will make a small ponytail later on, where I will attach a piece of ribbon. Use a hair clip for now to secure it so it doesn't get tangled with the rest of the hair. I can now part the next section that will be at the sides. Once again, you can use a clip to secure it. And then you can repeat it on the other side. This will make the front of your wig. Now let's divide the back. I'm going to divide the back into two sections, but I don't want them to be super perfect or the net of the wig will show. It's okay if it's a little bit messy. At this point I realized I had forgotten to stuff the back of the wig with some paper. This is important as if you don't, you may end up with a wig that is pulling and may not fit your head properly. Of course, this won't be a problem if you are using a professional head. I made a ponytail with the top section at the back. Make sure it is positioned almost parallel to the floor or at least where you want the center of the bun to be. It is easier to wear with elastics as you can just wrap them around and knot them at the top. And once again, make sure you keep your wig tangle free because this will help you later. I wanted to add the bottom section to my ponytail next. To do so, I divided it into smaller sections and worked with one at a time. But this created a very uneven surface and I didn't like it, so I decided to fix it. I parted each section in half and back brushed the hair. Always started from the bottom section and being very careful not to tangle the wig more than necessary. If you remember, I still want to use this wig in the future and if I tangle it too much, it won't be usable anymore. I went very slowly and added a section at a time. This will hopefully create a bit of bulk that will help disguise the net of the wig. I kept adding more and more sections until the bottom half was completely done. It was time to attempt the updo again. I gathered all the hair at the bottom and brushed the outside. You only want to tidy up the top layer, leaving all the tangles inside to give it more bulk. Holding the hair parallel to the floor and quite away from the head, I pulled all the hair up to where my previous ponytail was. Just make sure you are covering the middle section when you do it to hide the net. Once I was happy with the position, I used another elastic band to attach this section of hair to my previous ponytail. Pinch the hair if necessary to make sure all the hair is going to the right direction. We can now go back to the front. Same as before, I am going to divide the hair into smaller sections and backcomb it carefully. And I am going to add some elastic bands to this front piece as well. Notice this ponytail is very loose and I attached it at a 45-degree angle more or less. If you push the hair slightly forwards, it will create this puffy effect at the front. If you want, you can add a ribbon now before we pin it in place. Same as before, pinch the hair if needed to make it all even. The hair at the sides is also backcombed. And you want to pin it on top of your ponytail. Don't forget to brush the outside of the hair to make it look more even. And of course, repeat on the other side. The base of the wig was ready. I just needed to deal with the bun now. However, I did have a lot of hair, so I couldn't do it in a traditional way. I started by pinning some of the hair forwards. Then I moved the bulk of the hair to the back and made some kind of bun with it. I used an elastic to collect the excess hair. And I hid the excess underneath the bun. I used a million pins to secure it in place, and I also added a couple of ribbons with hairpins to make it look more like Nezuko's hair. And my wig was finished. This wig only took me a couple of hours to style and it wasn't super complicated, so I'm happy with it. You will definitely see it again once I finish my Nezuko cosplay, so make sure to subscribe if you want to see it. Until then, I will be seeing you in the next adventure. Bye!